You might think it funny, you might think it strange, but she's the queen of the USA. She's the queen of the USA.
So today I am in Reading at the Shasta State Historic Park. Somebody told me that I should come and check this place out. So here I am. And the first thing that caught my eye was, well, the good old Masonic symbol there. This is Western Star Lodge number 2, the oldest Masonic lodge in the state of California, chartered by the Most Worshipful Grand Lodge of Missouri on the 10th of May, 1848. After the Great Fire of June 14th, 1853, when most of the city of Shasta was destroyed, the lodge lost all of its possessions, save its Missouri charter, and continued to meet in the upper floor of Dr. Benjamin's home, which stood on a hill west of town. Across the street there are some other little buildings and stuff, but I think I'm gonna actually go into the park that way. So I'm gonna drive. So that museum was closed, and I decided that I would come to the Sundial Bridge again and put my feet in the water like I wanted to do the last time. Feels really good. I'm pretty bummed because not only was the museum closed, but also the park was full of people. So I sat there and tried to record, and this person and their child came and started swimming right in front of me, and this group of people came over and started talking loudly behind me, so it was really irritating. But thankfully I did get to record some of the News of the Weird stories for News of the Weird Part 2 coming soon. And of course I got to enjoy that beautiful warm Reading weather and having my feet in the water. While I was down there, I also had to make a few stops, and one of the stops was at Walmart to get a new rake and some other things, and I also wanted to see what the status is there and see how the FEMA camp is coming along. So I am in Reading Walmart. I had to pick up some things. They have little signs on the ground to try to get people to leave in and out of. Crazy. It definitely makes my insides feel panicky, but that's because I know what is coming for humanity, and it is not pretty. Survival is not guaranteed, and they have a depopulation agenda. They are coming after us real humans. So if you're a real human, you should be a little bit worried. You should take it seriously and do what you can to prepare. So hopefully that is what you are doing. I got this feeling of impending doom. It's only a matter of time before they are making people wear masks. In some places, they are already fining people for not wearing masks and forcing people to get their RFID chip being part of their new world order. Those chips will have all of your information, your health information, your banking information, which they can cut you off from your finances at any time if you're a political dissident, and also your credit score and your social score. They're already giving states scores for coronavirus, social distancing, COVID-19, I should say. And it's only a matter of time before they do individual scores. I don't know why people don't see the writing on the wall. In China, they already do this. So, yeah, their new world order is coming down the pipelines, and we must do what we can to stop it. Anyways, I'm going to go and start my dinner, and I will catch up with you a little later. How's it going? Hopefully all is well with you and yours. The sun is shining, it's starting to get warmer, and I'm hoping that today's going to be a good day. As you can see, I have dug up the old tree that was here. Our Bacchus decided he did not want to come into this reality, and frankly, I do not blame him. As soon as I invoked the king of the trees and released the video into public, people started cursing him, so he had a struggle from the beginning, and that was besides the fact that I transplanted him horribly, so he really did not have much of a shot. But I got some tree seeds, actually. Hopefully they will be sprouting soon so that I can place them there and use that little temporary bucket there to bring her into the house while she is still small. So, we'll see how that goes. And I was also thinking that I would plant a sunflower circle on the inside of this stone circle that goes around my house here, so that when I put my pool here in the summer, I can just come out without my clothes on and handle all of my business without being seen by my neighbors. So I look forward to this wall being up because I have been wanting to be a free nudist for a few years now. I was even talking about being a nudist when I was living in Arizona, so yeah, I just need some privacy, and then I will be able to do that here. So I look forward to being able to do more naked gardening. Speaking of which, the other day I was just sitting out here hiding behind this wall, doing some naked gardening, and as you can see, I dug this trench here with the intent of planting sunflower seeds and some non-GMO corn. And in the future, once the sunflower seeds are stable, once they're more mature, I will plant cucumbers and possibly tomatoes to use the sunflowers as a trellis, and yeah, maybe grow some beans with the corns if I can grow chickpeas. I don't really like beans. I mean, I do like soy products, but I don't like black beans or regular beans, so I'll have to look into that. So we'll see, but I'm excited about this. My friend said that he has a rototiller that I can borrow, so hopefully I can get that done within the next week and get my potatoes and other seeds into the ground to see what happens. Yay. This guy over there working at my neighbor's house. He reminds me of somebody that I used to know. It's weird. Anyways, as you can see, I have started to dig over here as well. I was thinking of putting maybe some like partial shade varieties over here. It does get a lot of sun during the day, but during the afternoon, or during the morning I mean, but during the afternoon, the sun starts to hide behind the trees and stuff, so we'll see. But the other thing that I was thinking of was potentially doing a little bee corner and planting some things that attract bees, and potentially building like a little bee hotel type thing, where they can go and store their honey and make babies and all of that fun stuff. I've never been into honey. I don't like the taste of honey. It tastes like puke. So, yeah, I'm not going to be taking that from them, but now more than ever we need to do things that we can to become pollinators and try to save the bees so that they can help pollinate the trees and all of the other plants and help feed us. So we'll see what I come up with there. But as you can see, my cherry tree is here, and the energy about her is just so much better. She's so much happier now that I have given her some love and attention. Aren't ya? Done a little bit of pruning, although she does need some more pruning. I'm not gonna whack too much off of her during this first time. But I also cleared out a little bit of the grass and dead stuff from underneath of her and dug this little circle here and even planted my first onion. So we'll see how that turns out. Now I need to do some protection magicka over my trees and onions so people shouldn't send curses at them. But, like I've said before, the plan is to have permaculture fruit tree guilds around all of these. So this will be turned into a food forest, having different varieties of things around each of the trees. And yeah, that'll be really fun. Trees are looking good. They're beautiful. Those ones over there got some beautiful red buds growing on them. And of course, these beautiful white pear trees are blooming as well. So, what I wanted to tell you. So as I was doing my gardening over here, I was using this to get all of the rocks out of this, and well, what I ended up with was about a foot of... Ooh, I'm jealous. I actually wish that my neighbor would invite me to shoot some guns with him. I think that we could clear up some of our issues from the past, and I would have a blast. I love guns, so it sucks because if I were to pull out my gun and do some target practice over here, practice shooting my guns or anything like that, I would have the cops here and they'd be trying to take my gun, so it's irritating. Someday guns will be free. And so will the cows. The other day I decided that I would take my guitar out over there, and I've been thinking of writing a song for the cows for a while. I want to make my own music, and unfortunately with all this crap that I have going on, I haven't really had the time, but I did go out there the other day, and at first when I sat down and started playing, I was just playing other people's songs, and they were off in the distance, not really paying too much attention. They were wagging their tails in happiness, but they didn't come any closer. And then I decided that I would start to mess around writing my own song for them. And as soon as I started singing this, that's when their heads perked up, and eventually three of them started coming closer, and I'll just let you see.
You can't beat me free.
Come with me. Come with me. It was actually upsetting for both me and the cows because at the end of the day, I wasn't able to set them free. Even if they did come all the way over, if they had one little gap in that fence, if there was the ability for them to come over to my side and be protected by me, I know that they would have all done it in a heartbeat, and it makes us all really sad because they don't understand why I can't do that. If I could, then I definitely would, but it's like, if I cut the fence, then I end up with a yard full of cows, and it's like, I wonder where all my cows went. My neighbor suddenly has cows, and she didn't have cows. It's like, come on. Unfortunately, the cows don't understand, but to them, it's their life. They're mooing right now. It's distressing. It's their children, it's their family, it's their loved ones, it's their friends. They're all on death row. They've had so many children stolen from them. They've had so many loved ones taken away to never return. They know that that is ultimately the path that they are headed towards if something doesn't happen. And it's really sad that I can't do anything about it right now. But we're moving towards the Golden Age, and there are different paths to get to the Golden Age. There is potential to speed up the timeline, but that potential comes with a greater risk, and a greater risk meaning that I could die, and then the Golden Age doesn't happen at all, whereas if I take a lesser risk timeline that takes a little bit longer, then there is more of a guarantee that I survive and that the Golden Age actually happens. So I'm playing for survival. I'm not ready to leave Earth yet. I still have a lot to do, a lot of people to see, a lot of places to go, and things to do before I leave. So, yeah. There have been many reports about protests going on regarding the lockdowns, and unfortunately I don't feel that these protests are going to be beneficial for real humans at all. I just see them using these protests, the chaos, as an excuse to create more strict laws, make more gun rules, and ultimately arrest New World Order political dissidents. Who's to say they don't have some sort of plan to have someone go in pretending to be a pro-gun patriot and, shoot up the place or do something crazy like that so that they can cause the chaos to bring about more order. I don't know, but going in with signs or your guns with no intent to use them, and begging the satanic scumbags to allow us to be free, it's just kind of a joke. I'm chuckling at it. It's like, how many of those protesters with guns, when the time comes, they're just gonna lay down and roll over and do whatever they're told to do, because at the end of the day, the only bravery that they have was to go stand in a crowd with a flippin' picket sign. Like, come on, dude. Those of us who are preparing for war, those of us who are willing to fight, kill, and die to stand against their New World Order, this anti-human crap that they have coming for us, the 5G weapons, the chemtrails, the fluoride in the water, the other poisons in the water, the food that's poisoned, all of it. Those of us who are actually taking a stand against this, that are willing to bring physical violence to the mother, ultra violence, those of us, we're the real problems. We are the ones that they are afraid of. So if that is you, please play your cards right. Survive so that we can stand together and fight. They would definitely prefer us all to make individual stands, dying over our personal hoards of food, guns, and ammo, rather than us actually waiting until it's safe and making our move to come together and form a real army to stand against these forces of darkness and to establish the golden age of peace, prosperity, and the protection of the innocents. Many of you souls are warriors. You came here for war. You came here to fight against the darkness, to help establish that golden age of peace, prosperity, and the protection of the innocent. So I look forward to meeting you souls on the mountain, and I look forward to seeing the world that we create, starting here at the meeting place of heaven and earth. And just remember that no matter how dark things get, how desperate, how crushed down, remember that light at the end of the tunnel. The golden age is worth it. It's worth all of this pain and struggle. It's worth the tears. It's worth the things that you have to give up. It's worth it all, because it's a dream world where we can be free, where our children can be free, where our loved ones can be free, and it's just true beauty. So hopefully you are manifesting that with me. It will manifest quicker the more people that we have manifesting it. So spread the word and let's manifest it quicker. Omni Matter Ergo Logos, bring on the golden age. I hope that you have a great week. May God and the Goddess bless you.